Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're talking about the Protalix BioTherapeutics PLX second quarter summary for the 7th of August 2023, as they just put out their quarterly report. So we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of the report. So I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do a lot of just various stuff. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I have shares and $2 options for January 2024, and will be looking to increase my position at a point which we will talk about at the end. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 7th of August, and the slideshow will not be updated, but as we get new news, new slideshow. So what happened? So the company's quarterly report was released and had some positives and some negatives from it. So the company did show its first revenues from their partner as the drug launched in the second quarter of 2023. This included a $20 million milestone payment, which we already knew. The overall net income was 19.3. So overall, I'm looking at it as a very slight loss based on that they got the $20 million milestone payment. The company did sell almost 10 million shares on the open market, and we're going to be talking about that in the next slide because that is the biggest negative we have for this company. So the company sold around 9.5 million. If you look at below, you can do math if you want. However, half of those shares were used to pay off 8.3 million of the $28.75 million notes that are due next year. So am I unhappy with that? Kind of, but kind of not. Obviously, getting rid of those notes, and now that they're down to about 20-ish million, a little bit more, is definitely pretty positive. But again, you know, at the moment, I think they have the cash now to not have to dilute investors, but we'll go from that. But this really is explaining the continuing fall of PLX, and based on today's action, I fully expect them that they are probably diluting today. The quarter report itself cash was around 48 million, 15.1 million in total sales, 11.7 from the partner. That's $20 million in the license payment. So net income was 19.3 million. Total expenses, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, were 6.1, 4.5, and 4 for about $14.6 million in total expenses. We're going to be looking at that number a little bit later, just try to figure out some stuff. So what now? So the U.S. is open for sales, and we do expect to see a full quarter report come the third quarter of 2023, as this is really only the inventory buildup as they continue to ramp up. Their first order was almost $80 million. How do I know that? Well, they're looking at they're paying per orders to Chelsea, or their partner. Sorry if I mispronounce it. They had 11.7 million. The royalty is 15%. So if you just divide that by 0.15, you have $78 million. So that is good. Like, that's a pretty good inventory bump to begin with. So there's only one analyst, and it's definitely a very rosy picture for the remainder of the year, as they had this quarter is only going to be 10.22 million, and we're almost 15, and full year 60 million. Next year 90 million. Those numbers are important because we look back a little bit and hey, we're spending about 15 million in expenses. That means that it looks like the rest of 2023 is going to be a break-even year, which means that the same cash is coming in is going out, and that's really good for a biotech company. So what's left? So all the rest of the information. So there's still $20 million in notes due in 2024. The company currently has $48 million, but has shown they're willing to dilute to pay for those notes. And really, based on today's action, like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, this report is great, and that we're negative. I'm going to say that they're probably still selling shares, hopefully to pay off these damn notes. Like I said, all expenses equaled 14.6 million, and using that going forward, I don't believe that we're going to see much of a decrease in cash for the rest of the year. Obviously, that is a pretty positive statement to say. I think that sales will continue to ramp up, and they're going to continue to order. And then the EU hasn't even started the sales yet. So again, we're going to get a second ramp up from then. So we're going to start to get a better picture in the third quarter, because that will have a full quarter of full US sales. So unfortunately, we got to wait for 3 months. But overall, I see a lot of positives here. However, the overall summary, I am still very surprised by the downturn today, but now it really does make sense, as they are printing as much money as they can. And when they turn those printers off, I believe we will see a significant and quick stock rise. Like, at some point, like I said, there's not a lot of negatives with this company left. It looks like we're easily going to make break even. It looks like we have more than enough money. That note, that $28 million note was an overhang for sure. That is now that we have $48 million in cash and obviously diluting today to probably pay it off. That has been taken care of. But again, the largest negative is the stock is that dilution. And so until it stops, I believe we're going to see more pain. So I will wait till I see the selling stop, and then I will probably buy some shares. However, I might buy options earlier at the same $2 options for 2024 because I believe the company looks really good. We just need them to stop diluting the stuff. And that's really what it comes down to. When that happens, I think we'll be good. And so it's just trying to, unfortunately catch the falling knife. And if you catch it at the right time, you're going to be rewarded. So, hey, thank you very much for watching and listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day.